welcome to ReneMarie Stroke of Luck. I'm ReneMarie, and we have a really wonderful show today. But before we get to who we have on the show and stuff, it really is a time to give thanks, and that's why this show was named Give Thanks, and we're giving thanks to Ginny as well as CJ today on the show for a good connection and good partnership that we've begun in Ginny. Let me go back. So Ginny had come up with a great honor for us, the ReneMarie's Language of Love Foundation, which we're going to tell you about in the next segment. But I really wanted to give thanks to everyone. And I posted on my Facebook that we need to trust in peace, and we need to bring hope, and we need to come together. You know, I'm not political at all. I don't know anything about politics. I honestly don't. I actually have a friend who is very into the politics, and we're talking about him being president, and I said to him, you know, if you're president, I don't know anything about it, but I know about peace and love, and I know your culture, and I know your standing and your who you are as a person, that I would definitely stand behind you and help you to become president of the United States because of what's going on. So I just really want to bring peace to everybody and pray that we bring peace. The other thing is, I really am very grateful to everybody who has supported our foundation and our Stroke of Luck and our telethon. And we are really excited about the telethon. The telethon is on April 9th, 2017, which I cannot believe it's 2017 already. And I cannot believe, right, Judy?
Yes.
That this is going to be our third annual telethon. And we're gonna release where it's going to be shortly. We're just putting things together at the moment. But it's really exciting. It's just exciting to us because our family keeps growing and growing. We have so many wonderful partners that have been phenomenal, and Ginny is one of them. Ginny was on the show and on the telethon from the very beginning, and we are so blessed to have connected with her and connected with Terry George and connected with Sharon Bean and connected with Nancy, who couldn't be here today. Hi, Nancy. How are you? We miss you.
Hi, Nancy.
She actually had to do some off-premises stuff. So, you know, Madhouse TV has been a phenomenal support, and really, I think one of the keys, I should say, because there's been a lot of keys to our journey that have been really pinpoint important moments for us. But Madhouse TV is really one of those, because Tommy and Janine in the back studio, and I hope they come on the show today, especially when we sing at the end. But, you know, without this platform, this is a platform that we have.
Yes.
You know, and we are videoed, and from this video and internet TV show, the world is being touched. And there's no greater avenue to be able to touch people about strokes and aphasia and God in my world than something like this, a platform that goes on the internet. So, and Ginny is connecting us to the world as well, and that's a little teaser for you as well to put in your little cap there. But I'm really happy. So here is Judy, my co-partner, my co-host, the everything to the foundation. She is a really big part of the foundation. She does the press and the bookings and she's really good. So anyway, how are you, Judy? I got so into talking about Thanksgiving and stuff that I didn't.
I'm better. I'm recovering from a strong allergy attack.
Yes, I know. It's pretty crazy how she couldn't even talk, and that's hard for Judy. For Judy not to be able to talk.
Like I said, when I was born, I was so surprised I couldn't talk for 6 months. And now everybody can't get me to stop talking.
So it's good. You know, Judy, I was just talking to a wonderful inspiration in the green room. Her name is Camille.
Yes.
And she was just on Evan's show. So if you didn't watch Evan's show, watch it. It's a great show. She's a dynamic, wonderful performer. And she's got a great voice. And I think I like her music best because it comes from a place of messages from God. And it really speaks about the, you know, connecting and having faith and passion and releasing things in the hands of God. And she actually, aside from that, and that's not the most important thing about her, because I gravitated to her because she was talking about God and stuff, but she's actually Whitney Houston's cousin. And I was really inspired to speak to her because she has so many testimonials to do, and we actually connected on that. So Judy's going to be booking her.
Yes, I am.
On the show, and where she's going to try to come on our telethon as well.
We're going to book a show, a separate show, as well as the telethon.
Right, right, because she's got, when we were in the green room, we were talking, but there's something she was talking about. She was talking about truth, how important it is to speak the truth. And
I agree.
And that's what I love about you, though, because with Judy, you always speak the truth. And I love it because you do it in a kind way, you know, from a humble, kind way, and you kind of explained why you need to feel the way you're feeling. But so thank you for being Judy. So, all right, so we're going to open it up, and we're going to introduce our two special guests. And in the red, now, who does that? Who does that? Like somebody
in the boxing rings.
Yeah.
Oh, in the corner.
Yes. I knew it was something like that.
Right?
Okay, to your left, in the left-hand corner, right? The left-hand corner. My arm. That's pretty neat. Anyway, Virginia Werner. Thank you so much for being on the show, Virginia. Ginny or Virginia?
Ginny is fine.
Ginny, okay. And you have been on our team and really a supporter. And how did we first connect with you?
We connected through Judy, actually. I heard about the telethon through Donna Dean, who we want to send prayers and sympathy to. She lost her husband of a very short time just recently. It's a huge surprise and very tragic.
And she was on our first telethon.
She was on the first telethon.
And what a dynamic.
And she's living in Florida now. But she spoke about being on the telethon, and I said, oh, I had a stroke. And they all went, okay. So I spoke with Judy, and that's how.
Because we were all in the same organization.
Yeah, from New York Senior America.
Right.
So this is how it all went around in a
And
circle.
looking at you, I would never have suspected it.
Well, and thank you very much. And as long as people keep saying that, I'll keep admitting how old I am.
And so we're talking about Senior America.
Mm-hmm.
Then CJ, Marie,
Yes.
is a part of the Senior America.
New York
Am I
Senior
correct?
Yes.
And thank you for being on the show today.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
We're happy to have both of you. You're both
CJ was Ms. New York Senior America 2015.
Yes. So is that where both of you connected?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Through the Senior America organization, which is the grand dame, I think, of the senior pageants. But now we're stepping into a whole new pageant system.
Yes. Well, we'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to that because
Okay.
I want them to, well, I think it's important to lay the groundwork of how things began, but I am going to, I have that on my list. But if we say that now, it's like, what are we going to do for the other 40 to 50 minutes? I could sing. No. I'm only kidding.
And you sing well.
No. So, so that's where you both connected. And actually, I was at with you, CJ. I don't know if you were Ginny, at a radio program that you did for the telethon.
I don't believe you were both
I wasn't.
there.
CJ was there. I
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There were 2 radio shows that I did. They were at the first.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the second.
No, I was not at the radio show.
You
were
weren't.
not
You
at
were.
the first?
But
I was.
you were.
I was.
You were.
You were.
I know you were. Because
Okay.
I remember.
That's where I remember.
The one I
Yes,
did in
yes.
Brookville that they were not at.
Yes, yes. So first of all, I want to hear a little bit, because I love how it makes you feel. And, you both look so distinguished, really. And I know that it comes from, a little bit of Senior America, because it instills in you that you're still this wonderful, vibrant, spirit, and you can do anything you want to do, and it doesn't matter what age you're at. And it really is empowering to be a part of that. So that's what I want to talk a little bit about, that and how you got involved, and how because, you've been on our show a few times, but people don't know your story of how, you connected. And then we're going to talk about your
New project.
no, what you did. I know you were a dancer.
Yeah.
And what did you do?
I was a teacher for 35 years.
No,
but
what
no,
did you
your
do in the pageant?
Oh, my dancing.
Okay.
Dancing
Okay.
also,
So tell
sorry.
us a little bit about the what connected you to Senior America. What brought you to that? And Judy was involved with it as well.
Yes. I was in the 2005 pageant.
Okay. Okay.
And CJ actually
I-
was, you were first runner-up in 2012?
12.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
CJ was already
I
part
was
of the
already
pageant
part of
system.
it.
I was
Yeah.
the judge in that one.
Yeah.
And
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
that close between you and Donna Dean.
Right.
Wow. Well, Donna Dean, who we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the truth is, it's not competition between
No.
each of you. It's really a sisterhood.
It's a
It's
sisterhood.
really
Definitely a
a camaraderie
sisterhood.
that we have with everyone. It's a beautiful organization, and these senior pageants really draw a lot of the women together. And it's really a wonderful experience for anyone over 60 to take part in.
And we-
It really adds so much to your life.
And we
that
also meet
segment of your life.
each month and celebrate each other's birthdays.
Wow.
And perform in various venues around Long Island and New York City.
Wow. Wow.
And it's a wonderful feeling to be able to give back and perform at these venues, and the reward of seeing people smile.
Yes.
And
Well, that's how
you're
I
just
feel when I
sharing
sing.
it's wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't say enough about it. I mean, it's so enriching.
Wow. Wow. Now, what brought you to it, Jenny?
To
what
Senior
was
America?
to Senior America? What initially got you? Because Senior America is actually what brought you to Senior
Yes,
Intercoastal.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was a progression. It was a friend of a friend. I was teaching dance at a little studio, and we had a recital. And one of my former students was there, and she brought a friend. And when it was over, my former student called me, and she said, I just found out that there's this pageant called New York Senior America, and my friend thinks that you should enter and that you could win. And I said, okay. So I looked up their website and, read about who they were and what they were, and what really hooked me in was the fact that they had the performing showcases. I had a volunteer dance company for 25 years, belly dance company, and we worked with the recreational therapy departments in major hospitals in New York, and also senior centers, nursing homes. We did parades, we did...
Let me ask
Yeah.
you something, because my foundation, one of the things that's on my checkoff list is to go room to room at hospitals to sing a cappella, because
We
singing
did that.
brings... Right. So my point is, how do you get that started?
Okay, what you need to do is contact the recreational therapy administrator in
Okay.
whatever the facility is.
Okay.
At Mount Sinai Hospital in Manhattan, aside from the little shows that we did, we used to make bedside calls.
Yeah.
It's the only place we did
Yes.
that. But the people that actually physically couldn't move out of their bed, and we would go in, and half a dozen belly dancers would show up in the room, and they were
And it makes them so happy.
so excited about it. And some of the reactions were very, very funny. There
Yeah.
was a young fellow from Harlem, he was probably 15 or 16, was in a ward, and we went in and danced for him. And I said, I want to be a fly on the wall tomorrow when he tries to convince his friends that 6 belly dancers were in his room last night. And they would want to know what kind of drugs they were giving him. So,
But
no,
just pinpoint moments that he
Yeah.
remembers. Happy things. That's what I think music and dance and everything just brings some joy to them, that they could forget what's going, really, the
Yeah.
reality of what's going on, and they
well,
can enjoy themselves.
And my dance company over a number of years, and people left, and it kind of faded away. So when I saw that there was a new opportunity to become part of a
new door was
performing
opening
group.
for you.
That's what drew me
That's
in.
what drew you.
And I won, and that was really great, and it's just been wonderful to be
Well,
part of that.
I, in my world, I believe that you won because it broadens your platform to be able to use your gift.
Yes.
And, you know, because that opens doors for you to
Yeah.
use your gift and to bring more joy to people.
Absolutely.
So it's,
Absolutely.
you know,
Yeah.
when we were privileged to see you dance on the, maybe this time she could do it live.
Yes, because we have a larger stage.
We have a larger
Ah,
stage
okay,
at the Mousetrap.
Okay.
You could do it live.
All right. We'll work on that.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
Okay. All right.
Because
Put that in the back of my mind.
you do Middle Eastern
Middle
dance.
Eastern, yeah.
Middle Eastern dance.
Yep.
And you, I mean, just what you do is, and with those swords.
Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah, I do a lot of other things and a lot of other props, but that's the one everybody kind of homes in on because that's like
Watch out for
Wow,
the
that's a
lady
scary
with the
thing.
sword.
Yeah.
What other
exactly.
props? Because I only saw the sword
the
on
sword.
the-
As part of the whole genre of Middle Eastern dance, we dance with veils. We have
Oh,
our finger
yes, you
symbols,
did- you
Right.
did use the veil.
canes.
Yes.
Right.
I have fans that I use. We have a dance that we do with carpets, with rugs that we dance on. That's a traditional
Wow.
dance. That's another long story, but it's a lot of fun. Tambourines.
Wow.
So there's many, many different things that we use. It's not just a whole bunch of cabaret dances.
Right.
There's a
right,
lot of
right.
traditional, ethnic types of
But
variations.
I love when I watch you, I love how the music guides you and how you just become one with the music and you're just so gentle and you really are expressing a lot of emotions and feelings through your actions. That's what I get from.
That's what the Middle Eastern dance is about. It's heartbeat rhythms. It's very earthbound. It has the traditions are thousands of years old, and it's cabaret dance now, and it's pretty and flashy. But there's a lot of things that go way back in history that you can really relate to.
Wow. So CJ, what did you sing at your?
No, she
No, I
did.
danced.
Oh, what kind of dance?
It was lyrical, and I danced to One Moment in Time.
It was beautiful.
Beautiful. Oh, it's
The A Moment in Time.
It was really, it was really beautiful. You had helped me a little
Yeah,
bit with it too. You know, I needed to see the choreography was okay. You know, we can do it. You know, I can put the steps to it, but I need someone else's opinion. And she's excellent.
Yeah.
for
CJ
that,
had
so.
these big, huge white feather fans
Yes.
and a cape with little twinkly lights in it.
Oh,
It
my
was just
God.
the most, white costume. It was a gorgeous picture.
Can we see that online?
I don't think it is online.
No.
Oh, you
never
have
got
to
it
put it
You
online.
have
we
to
know,
find
I
a video and
do
get it
that,
out there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's, you know.
Put it on YouTube
It was
or something.
spectacular.
It was a
spectacular.
really beautiful.
Thank
and
you.
and
Thank you.
and I did kind of try to help, but CJ went to a professional studio and got real professional help
Yeah,
with
I
the
did.
Dancing with the Stars folks.
Yeah,
Wow.
in
So-
Glenhead.
Yeah.
Right.
Dance with me in Glenhead.
Right,
And they sharpened whatever, and they cleaned it up for me.
Wow.
You know, and with all the practice that they gave me, it really shined.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing
A
how
lot of
you
work goes
could-
into it, but the end product was gorgeous.
Thank you.
Wow. Wow.
That's
That's
good.
So you won in 2013
13.
and you won in 2015. It was just in Atlantic City, right? Just had the
They just had the
Yeah.
last one, yeah.
and who won it? You told me before.
Missouri.
Wow.
I don't remember her name, but Miss Missouri.
Wow.
Yes,
What did
she
she
was
do?
spectacular.
What-
She danced and sang, and phenomenal she was.
But it also, people don't often realize they'll watch the pageant and all they'll see is, the evening gowns,
end
or they'll see the
result,
talent, and they'll think, well, this person danced better than that person, and why didn't they win?
No.
And that's what you don't see is the private, personal interview.
That's very
Right.
important.
that
Which is important. That's
That's
but-
major.
But you know what? That's why on this show, I mean, it was fun. I was trying to make fun before
Yeah.
about, what are we going to do? But it's really important for people to get to know you
Yes.
before, because I know how excited we are about things, but it's really important to know like your history and how you got there and what you're doing. And I'm sure that they ask a bunch of
That's part of
those.
it, and part of it is how well you connect, how quickly you can respond to a question and formulate an intelligent answer, and how you relate to that person, how warm you come across.
That's
And
right.
because this is what,
Because
if you
you're
win,
going to
yes, you're going to,
represent. You're
Yeah.
going to represent
exactly,
Senior
Yes.
America for New York
right,
nationally
or nationally, wherever you
and
go.
wherever venue you're...
So the ability to relate to people is really one of the key factors.
Yeah. Communication is key.
Yeah, because you're not always going to be in front of a group speaking, and you're not going to sing or dance. You're going to speak.
Right, right.
And you have to be able to relate to those.
You have
To
to
the
think
people.
on your feet.
Yeah, I'm actually, I know I, talk all the time and I sing all the time and all that kind of stuff, but I'm actually joining Toastmasters
Oh, that's very good.
Awesome.
That's
to
excellent.
perfect and to better
Very good.
my keynote speaking and,
Very good.
because I really think it's important for me to do that.
Sure.
Because, because I have suffered from aphasia, there's a little like blockage, and there is, I know there
Yeah.
is, and people don't realize that when they don't know that I suffered a stroke, because I don't look like I suffered a stroke.
Not at
Either
all.
does Ginny. But the fact that, I have a little blockage, a little slow in my brain, not that I'm slow in my brain, but I, I'll repeat things twice or I'll say things twice. You don't realize that that's because of my stroke. That is an effect of my stroke.
Yeah.
But actually, I knew somebody that used to repeat everything 20 times where you really wanted to get off the phone a half hour before because she's saying things over and over. But don't you understand? So it's not, you can't just blame it on a stroke. There are people who do.
I know. But in my case, I know that that's the fact. So nobody would know this, and I guess they know it now, is I have to work 20 times harder to prepare for things. I need to make sure everything is set in motion. But once I do that, like Tommy was funny before, he goes, oh, she wings it. It's the truth. Then I have to trust in God, and I have to just go with whatever comes out of me and whatever is in front of me. But that doesn't mean that I don't know that I need to better what I'm doing. And I know that when you want to do something, you need to be surrounded with those people. And you need to be practicing, practice, just like softball, which I used to play. Practice, practice, practice.
That's where your stroke happened, when you were coaching.
Yes. But it was a divine intervention, my stroke. So we know, what did you used to do for a living?
Oh, well, I still do because I still work full-time. I'm an office manager.
Oh, okay.
I've worked in international business. I've worked for a garment company for quite a number of years. I work now for a very small family business of architects, engineers, and we've worked with the Department of Buildings in New York City. When people want to renovate or build plans and applications.
Where is it in New York City?
No, I work in Douglaston.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's
That's
just
good.
a little office, a nice quiet family. At this point in my life, it's peaceful.
Yes,
they treat me well. They throw me out of the office at 5 o'clock, So, and they allow me the time that I spent working with Senior America when it was my year to be queen.
Wow.
And now, I just came back from Las Vegas.
Wow.
So to have the
blessing.
time to be able to do that, they have supported me.
But don't you think because they support you, you give back to them 20 times more?
Oh, sure.
It goes hand
Yeah,
in hand.
absolutely.
It goes hand in hand. And CJ, you were a teacher
Yes.
in the Bronx.
In the South Bronx. I taught for 35 years.
Wow.
And it was beautiful. I loved my children. I miss it. I do miss it. But my school closed. So it forced me into retirement.
Oh.
Wow.
So that's when I came in to say, what am I going to do now? School closed. And I retired. And I just thought this is a good time to refire, recreate, and reinvent myself.
Wow.
I know it's a cliche, but you do. And I did, and it was wonderful.
But we also have to add that she was the author of 14 books. And
14 books.
And 5 issued United States patents.
Yeah.
What was it? What was that?
5, she was issued 5 United States patents.
What were the patents for?
I had various things. I have a fragrance patch, and I've had a hair and neck ornament. There's a few things that I've created, and we've gotten them to market, and it's done really nicely. There's a lot of things. It takes a lot of work.
It does.
A lot of work, and it's not even just the creation of it. It's actually getting it to market. That's the problem. That's where the challenge is.
Yes.
And in addition to that,
because so many people are doing the same thing, so you
They
have
are,
to.
and you have to really show them why your product is different. And it's really, that's the most difficult part.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do with the foundation, to get sponsors and stuff. It's tough, but I believe, like I know all you know, that when you're doing something from your heart and you're speaking about it, you don't have to lie. You're just talking about it with the passion,
right.
because it's something that you want to bring to the world, you know.
Exactly.
So.
And she's also written, and she's been appearing in various newspapers and magazines.
Yeah.
And she was honored, included in the Who's Who Among Teachers,
Wow.
as well as the Who's Who Among American Businesswomen. And she's a certified professional coach counselor.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about that.
Okay.
Not right now, but I actually that's one of the things that I love to do is to coach people. And I mean I think I have a different philosophy. Not coach people, but just work with people and support people to be successful. You know, coaching is, I guess it's like a softball coach and stuff like that. You know, but I love to, you know.
You really like counseling.
Yeah.
And being a listener and trying to guide people.
Yeah.
Into having them reach their potential.
Yes.
You know, because so many people go into careers or other areas of their life and they find that they don't like it. And so they're either stuck in the job that they don't like or what do I do? And this kind of guides them, you know, through different methods. We can get them to where they need to be.
Now, did you take a class on
Oh,
that?
yeah. Yeah,
What, do you
I
know
did.
what the organization was that you could think about it?
I could think,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I could give you information if you
Yeah,
want.
I would love to.
It was really excellent, and she was very good. The facilitators
your
were
facilitator.
wonderful.
Yeah.
were
I
wonderful.
mean, you know, and I've learned in my life through my growth and my my experiences is that the coach really just has to feed you, ask you questions because you need to do the work.
Exactly.
You need to do it because if we're going to do it for you, you're not going to learn and you're not going to be successful out in the world on your own. Although we'll be there to help you or, you know, to guide you, to support you through your difficult times, but you need to do the work. And that's one of the keys that Dominic Cortellessa, you know, he would, when I was defragmenting my brain, that was one of the things I always remember him sitting down, asking me questions, never answering the questions. He never answered the questions.
You answer the questions.
He made you answer the
He
question.
never answered the questions.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
And if I'd ask him a question, he'd ask me back.
That's right.
You know, because he.
What do
made
you
me-
think about
and then I always remember him saying, like, if the session was over, not that it was a session, but okay, think about it. We'll come back and we'll talk about it. And they made me do the work. So that's why I just find a passion in helping people.
I think you'd love it.
I would.
What it does is have you think about how you're going to ask that question to have them come to that answer.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's where the challenge is, and it's really good.
Yeah.
And to know you're helping people.
Yes.
It's the
that's
greatest
the
feeling in the
gratification
world.
In the whole world.
Yeah. That's so exciting. Do we have to take a break? Because then we're going to go into. No, we'll take a.
Do you need a break?
Thank you. Okay, so now everybody has heard where we are and our past and our history, except for Judy. We're really quickly. Let's go into. What did you do in the pageant? You were in the pageant,
I
right?
danced
You
to the
danced?
music from Chicago,
Ah,
and the song was Roxy.
ah.
And many people were calling me Roxy after that. And I dressed in a red flapper dress with the feathers, the whole thing. And it was a wonderful experience. And I always wanted to do jazz dancing, and this was my opportunity. I had been doing stand-up comedy prior to that, and I couldn't do it in 2.5, 3 minutes. You really can't get into jokes. And I wanted to. My passion was to learn jazz dancing, so that's what I did.
And that's what the senior pageant allows you. It gives you that platform to take a chance and explore a new facet of your life.
right.
It says, yeah, I'm going to go out and do something new.
Exactly. Or tap into something that you've been doing, but just never had the chance to go out
Yeah,
and perform it
develop
or
it.
to develop it.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the beauty of it all. You know.
I agree.
And that's,
I'm always trying new things.
and at 60, you know, you kind of like, the children are grown, you have empty nests, and now you're kind of looking, there's a different part of your life
Wow.
that you're looking to fill. And this is what all of this comes into, and that's why we've all found each other.
Can I
Yeah.
just
It's
make
all
a
a
comment about that?
common ground, yeah.
Absolutely.
When my husband was about to retire, he's an electrician with Local 3, and when he was about to retire, He said, every day is going to be like Sunday. And I said, I don't think so. And he had the ability to sound like Elvis when he sings and when he talks. So I pushed him into that. And I got him on interviews, which 10 years ago, this is what I had to do. And people were just shocked. And I got him to buy the hair and the jumpsuit and the whole thing.
He's good. He's very good.
I got him into the Rotary, the Elks, you name it. He's in so many organizations.
You know,
and now he goes, I don't have time for myself.
Exactly.
But what I love about it is he just has a love for Elvis.
Yeah.
And he doesn't try to imitate Elvis. He just sings from his heart and his soul. And he really
sounds so much like Elvis, it's scary.
Yeah.
And when I call Judy and I get your answering machine, and it always makes me smile and chuckle because it's Elvis.
Yeah.
Oh, and you've reached and you're going to talk to Priscilla now.
Yeah.
At the end
very
of that, I was saying my thing, and at the end, he just came up behind me and made that comment in his Elvis voice. And when I turned it off, I said, now I've got to do it over. He goes, no, leave it the way it is. And people get such a kick out of it.
Yeah, I laugh. I'm always, by the time I get to leave a message, I'm smiling.
I laugh. It's good. So so now we had Senior America. Now we got really exciting. How did you ever connect and be one of the founders of the Senior Intercoastal?
No,
right?
That's international. That's the international. That's the Universe pageant. We'll back up for a step.
Okay. Well, you tell us.
Okay. When I was in Atlantic City in 2013 at the Senior America pageant, the woman, I was number 30, and she was number 31, and we were next to each other in line.
A divine intervention.
In backstage a great deal of the time. And we just bonded. For whatever reason, there's people that you instantly love.
Yes.
She was from Las Vegas. She actually came in second runner-up in the pageant.
Wow.
Beautiful woman, sings, she's incredibly talented. And the germ of the idea, she said, this should be bigger, this pageant could be more. It needs sponsors, it needs to grow because this is such a wonderful thing. But she didn't exactly know where to start to do it. So somewhere along the line, and I'm not exactly sure how she met him, but she met a gentleman named James Kinsey, and they started dating, and she said to him, I would really like to take this up farther. And he said, okay, and he started to run with it. In all fairness, they contacted Dr. Almott, who is the owner of Senior America, and wanted to partner with them, and he really wasn't what he wanted to do at the time.
Right.
So they said, okay, then we're going to take this in Las Vegas, another step up.
Right.
And they have developed it to the point where we are now on our way to our first pageant.
I know.
It's Ms.Senior USA.
Wow.
I am the regional queen for the East Coast, so this is my territory to find my queens and get people into the organization. I am working our board.
How do you do that? How do you?
Well, just now through CJ, through the women I knew
that you've met.
from Senior America. It's almost like our, people that
There's
we
a lot of
connected
women.
with. There are a lot of women out there.
So what are you looking for? I'm just
we
curious.
we are looking for women with many of the same qualities, to be able, with style and grace, to be able to relate and connect to people. There will be a personal interview, and either a stage talent, or because we're honoring the accomplishments of women. If you've done something big for your community, or you've dug wells in India, or you've been a mission, something that is an accomplishment, you can present this instead of a singing, dancing talent.
Awesome.
You'll have to present it on the stage, and because you still have to have a presence and be able to speak to people.
Right.
So this
it's almost like TED Talks.
Yeah. And right now we have a lot of the women from the Senior America group, because that's who we know. But this is going to grow, and CJ now is going to represent New York State as the founding queen for New York State, and part of her responsibility going forward, and each of the founding queens, will be to help develop and bring in more people as we go forward.
Right.
So our first pageant.
Now, I'm sorry to keep asking questions.
No, go ahead.
But, so they don't. They're a part of Senior USA.
We are Senior USA.
Now, they don't have to have been in the senior.
They don't have to have been anywhere, anything.
Okay, I just
want to. They can come in cold
yes.
with no pageant experience whatsoever. And this, at this level, because you're not going through a state pageant first, this is going right to a national pageant. if someone comes in cold, they may not have that kind of experience. So we're probably going, and it isn't even maybe from a senior pageant, it might have been pageant women who
Right.
had done pageants in their earlier life and now have an opportunity to come back to it again.
Right.
So this
That's
is,
just beautiful.
where the middle of May 2017 in Las Vegas, we have a dynamic group on the Board of Governors. I am like overwhelmed and sometimes feel inferior because they are so great. Our founding queen was Cat Ray, the woman I met in Las Vegas.
Right.
Our current reigning queen is Carol Thomas. She's an elder care attorney. Again, she takes care of people.
Right, right.
We have one of our board members in her young life was the first singing ice skater in a Disney production.
Wow.
She was also in water ski shows, like on the pyramids and
Wow.
things. That's Laura McFadden. So we have some very dynamic people. Elizabeth Pertee, who's from Utah.
Yes.
She speaks, 5 or 6 languages and is a brilliantly intelligent woman and a phenomenal performer also.
Wow.
She's delightful.
Aren't there so many wonderful
They're
performers
wonderful,
out
and
in the universe?
we just had our kickoff party, our meet and greet in Las Vegas, and you talk to people on the phone and you get a little
you
bit
get
of
a
a sense
chance
of
to
them,
meet them.
but when you really meet them face to face, these are all wonderful people.
Wow.
We all just bonded,
Wow.
so well.
So that was the
That was
founders.
just
the
a week ago. We had a meet and greet, a kickoff party.
for the founders and
Yes,
the
for the
people that are
founders, and
working
some
on it.
of the founding queens came out. So it was 3 days of crazy running around and a luncheon here and a thing there and a show here. Sometime put your crown and gown on and let's go.
Wow. Well, that's the way
that's
the
the
Your
way it is.
website is
Yes.
The
outstanding.
website is lovely and it's growing. There'll be more on there. Now, I want to say we have announced CJ is officially the New York State Queen. We could not get her sash and crown to her yet, but I want to give you your first pin for your sash. So that when you get your sash, it says dance
Thank
and it's a
you.
crown because we are.
Thank you so
You're welcome.
much.
I wanted to be able to give you something
You're
today.
adorable. Thank you.
And
So she's going to be in that pageant.
she will be in the
Yes.
pageant, yes,
In May.
absolutely, and I know she's going to do brilliantly well.
I'm just
CJ,
excited
how
about
many
going.
how many pageants have you won? I know you have a
I
room
would-
full of crowns.
I would venture to say about 20
Wow.
Yeah.
on national level, it's just so, I've gotten so much out of the pageant experience that I wish everybody would take part in something like this because you never know how far you can go. It has really meant so much.
I think it's also important just to be involved with organizations.
Yes.
Just to, it doesn't matter whether it's the Red Cross or the Senior America or Senior USA, just to keep
get
you connected and
involved.
keep you
And it
involved
keeps you
with
sharp.
things. Yes.
It does.
Because
yes.
you wake up every day and you have something that you have to do. You have to keep going.
That's right.
I was just thinking that I don't know if you know, but I work for an active adult community, 55 and above. That would be awesome for you guys to go into each active adult
Yes,
and to tell them
definitely.
about what you're doing.
We would love
and
to.
you're looking for
Absolutely.
You're looking for people to do that.
Let's work it out.
Okay,
Let's work
okay.
something out.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely. So right now, we have 25 states confirmed and
Wow.
announced. So we have 25 more, and I was just told that we have about 92 applications to go through.
Wow.
So we expect to have a full stage. Not all of the
Where are
founding-
you doing this exactly?
In Las Vegas.
In what
Which
in what
hotel?
hotel?
Right now, we are negotiating with the Venetian, which is, we were just there for our meet and greet. It's
Right.
stunning. I mean,
Yes.
the theater is a 1,700 seat.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous, gorgeous place. So we are, not all of the founding queens are performing queens, but they will work in their states. And then, so some states we will have 2 people on this stage. Going forward from that, we are going to have a senior universe, an international pageant.
Right. So that's what
So that's what
is.
this is. And for this pageant, and I'm on the board of governors for this also, I am a Ms.Senior Intercontinental. They haven't told me what my job description is yet, but that's my title. We have, I think, about 30 countries, 30 women that have contacted us that are interested in it. They are
That's phenomenal.
phenomenal. And most of them at this point are residents of the United States, but they're foreign born. or they have a connection, they may have dual citizenship or
Right,
something.
right.
But already to have that much interest, and very quickly, the way this started was our Queen Cat Ray, because everything happens in Las Vegas, she was out and about at the Chinese New Year Festival this past year, and gentlemen from 2 or 3 different Asian countries approached her because of the sash and said, is this an international pageant? Because we would like for our senior women to be involved.
Right.
So
Oh my gosh.
that's where the seed for that idea happened.
Right, right.
So that's,
Wow.
you know, we're going forward.
You've got it up pretty fast.
Now,
Yes, yeah.
So, and we are so honored because you chose ReneMarie's Language of Love Foundation to be your platform for the Ms.Senior universe.
Yes.
That's-
And you're up there with
Yes.
the Shriners Children's Hospital, the Susan B. Komen Foundation.
That's
So
that's an honor. It's an honor.
It was important to me, Renee, because of what your dream is and what your goal
thank
is
you.
to help people who have had strokes, because there is so little out there. There's so little
So
information
true.
and so little support. And I brought to you Jasmine Lai, my acupuncture.
I love her.
Yeah.
And she, you know, just to be able to bring that information of how acupuncture can assist stroke victims.
And we're Jasmine and my foundation is going to work on really about the insurance.
Yeah,
about
and
getting
that's the
covered,
big issue.
Covered for insurance, because
Yeah.
in hospitals, you know, in China and in China where she's from, it is mandatory when you have a stroke within 48 hours or something
Well, no,
like
it's that they call the golden period. Between 3 and 6 months
Okay.
is the optimum time to start the treatment.
Right. So you got to start
It right away. And it improves
acupuncture.
blood flow
Right.
and helps rejuvenate.
I wish I had known that when my dad had a stroke.
wish we had all
but
known it.
nobody.
Yeah.
But
mentioned
that's what's
it.
important for us to
Be aware
bring
of
it to the
this.
platform.
Yeah.
You
She
know?
got a phone call just this past week from a man in Israel. She kept seeing an odd number on her phone. She wasn't going to answer it. Whose brother lives in the United States. So this man from Israel called her to treat him because he had just had a stroke.
Oh
he
my
had an
gosh.
aphasia.
Oh my God.
So, you know,
Is that because of our show?
I don't know. I don't know where the connection came from, but
It doesn't matter.
you know, I would like to say yes.
It doesn't
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But we're all working
We're all
together
working
for the
together.
same thing.
Yeah.
That's why we're
Yeah.
so
But
honored.
all of the different modalities that you're working with to try to, you know, heal stroke victims, which, you know, our medical insurance systems just, they don't care. They'll get you some physical therapy for a few weeks.
That's one of my.
And if
It's not enough time.
If you've had a catastrophic stroke, that's not going to do anything. That's not going to scratch the surface.
and the-
insurance runs out so fast.
Yes.
And they won't do anything to help
And
you.
the sad thing that really saddens me, that's the word I want to use, is that I don't want to, they just don't find any importance in it.
Yeah.
They you know, and to me, strokes is the #1 disabling illness in the country. So that's almost like, you know, you're just throwing aside people, whether they're disabled or what, no matter what they can't do. And people aren't taking, if we were number 50, I'd say, okay, you know, like it's 50 on the list, but we're #1.
Yeah.
We're #1.
And the real foolishness is all of those people are going to be on welfare, on Medicare or Medicaid, so the government is going to end up supporting them anyway. Why not spend the money now to improve their life and bring them back to being functional, productive people?
Right,
They look at each person, and if they don't meet the requirements within 3, 4, whatever the amount of weeks are,
Yeah,
they just take them right off.
yeah.
And they don't give them any more physical therapy.
I know. That's why I'm working with Sharon Bean has hooked me up to some people through the American Stroke Association. Corinne is one of their names in New Jersey, to start training me how to be a lobbyist, to go to Washington, D.C.
Very good.
And to fight the battle.
Yeah.
Because somebody has to be the voice, you know, and I think, and this is what Corinne said. Corinne, I think her name is
Yes, her name is Corinne.
She said to me, you know, it's important that stroke survivors speak up because, you know, coming from us, it's like, you know, it's our job and, you know, they just think we should do this. But coming from a stroke survivor, you can speak from that place of experience.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's one thing. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. You cannot tell me that politics or insurance should be the key to recovery. It's love. you have to need support. So love should be the first thing.
And a lot of support.
Yeah, get the
A lot of
insurance and
support.
politics out of the way. I know so many people that when their families have suffered a stroke, you know, their relatives or, you know, their husband or their wives or their son or their daughter, and you know, they got to work, and then they're always on the phone with the insurance on their breaks, and I mean, it's just
exhausting.
it's exhausting.
It's crazy.
So this this family's getting sick as well as having them sick. It's a
really.
big circle.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a big, and as you could tell, it
No,
drives
it's
me.
passionate, and that's
That's exactly what I was going to say, passionate.
yeah, and that's
Really gotta go.
And you passionate people are the ones that
That's
can
right.
make the changes.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a long, hard fight.
Yes, but with your help, you know, bringing
We thank you for that.
our name, our because you know
Foundation.
our foundation, but just putting our name out there, and then people are interested in the, bringing awareness to it, and that's a whole other thing. Is you know we also work at bringing awareness to preventing strokes because 80% of strokes can be prevented. You know, or you know, it could be reversed back to your normal state,
Yeah.
which is you and me pretty much. I mean, we're able to function, you know.
Yes, yeah.
But you
And
know,
I think both of we weren't in any of the major groups that would have a stroke. You had a
No.
stroke after having
my
childbirth.
daughter.
And I have something called fibromuscular dysplasia
Yes.
in my crotch.
Yes.
You would look at us. I'm healthy. I'm the women in the hospital. The nurses looking at, and they say, "What are you doing here?
Yeah.
You're the healthiest person
Yeah.
here."
I had nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with me before my stroke or,
Yeah.
or after my stroke. I had nothing like other than my stroke, but I had nothing with my blood pressure, nothing. Everything was perfect.
And this
Everything
is
was
where an
perfect.
awareness of the symptoms, the early symptoms,
Yes.
Yes.
that I didn't notice.
I didn't know them either.
And you don't, unless somebody, falls down and they're paralyzed on half their body, you don't even associate it with stroke.
Yeah. I want to make, I'm going to, for my foundation, we're going to make little clips, you know, and they have fast on them. But that way you clip it onto the refrigerator with a note on
Yeah.
it, but that fast is on there, that
And I just
sign.
want to add that ReneMarie's Language of Love Foundation is a 501c3.
Yes.
Yes.
If you
Yes.
can have little lapel pins made
put it
of some
on-
sort,
yes.
even if they're just like the acrylic
Oh,
laminated
absolutely.
ones, I will be sure that they get out there.
Oh, they're done.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have
Very
them
good
on the sashes for, the
Oh, that's
pageant women.
awesome.
That'll be, something we'll distribute.
That's awesome. We'll work on the size and stuff because we
Yeah.
want to make sure we get like
The website should be on there.
Yeah.
Or
Nah.
not the website, but
I think fast should be on there. I mean,
FAST should be
you
on
know.
there. And maybe how to connect with you, like a phone
You'll work
number
on it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm throwing an
I think
idea
that's a
at
great
you.
idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's got to be something catchy, you know, that people go, oh, you know,
Well, the
what's
Language
that?
of Love
Yeah.
logo
Yeah,
is
it's nice,
very
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because one quick story, because I know can you believe we've been doing this for 15 minutes
Yeah.
already? But I bought my father's house from my father when he passed, from my, my father's establishment, his estate. And I bought it from my sister. My sister owned a home already. So his tenant upstairs was an artist. So one day I was coming home. I said, Michael, I said, would you mind working with me on my foundation? In 2 days, he had it
Wow.
done.
That's great.
In 2 days. And then he moved.
Oh.
He was just there to create.
Are we talking
And
about
it's
the
beautiful.
same Michael that I know?
No.
Oh, okay.
All right, here's another idea. What you can do is have a small pin, but stick them onto your business card. That will have all the information on
Oh,
it.
that's good.
All right,
Oh,
because
that's
you
a
can't
good
put, if you
idea.
try to take a small pin and
Yeah,
put all
yeah,
that,
yeah.
you'll never see
Yeah.
it. But have the logo
Yeah.
or maybe the name
Yeah.
and then, with the pin back, put it
Yeah.
on.
I think we should
business
just make the oval shape
Yeah.
with the
logo.
logo on it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it because it represents
think that'd be great.
love and the universe and just light and stuff
So
like
there
that.
we go.
There you
So-
go.
New project.
They're all
Send it to
set.
Julie at time, Renee.
So before, because I know I'm probably just going to sing I Believe in Music because we're running out of time. Maybe I'll sing a little bit of a cappella because Lady Gaga's doing A Star Is Born. I just found
She's
that out this
amazing.
morning.
She is such an
And
amazing
that
person.
is my all-time favorite show. When I was driving here, singing every song on the book about it. You remember like standing in front of the the mirror or just singing with a brush. I'm telling you, I had a brush, and I used to sing there, and I know every single word of every single song in that entire movie. So I got here, I said, "Oh, Janine, you got to do this." I was like rehearsing it, but can't do it that fast. But before we go, first of all, I want to thank both of you. Because
thank you so much.
Thank you for
pleasure.
having us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
you know, you're both welcome to, dance on our telethon and to be a part of our telethon, because we are a family, as Ginny knows.
love
We
to.
we grow and grow and grow and grow, and that's one of the blessings of this organization is, we want everybody to come together. Even at my job, people know, like, if they come to me with an idea, be prepared, because everybody is coming on with us,
Yep.
So,
That's great.
but at this moment, you have the opportunity to do a promo for your
For our-
for
our-
your
our new
se-
pageant.
Yes, for your new pageant.
What I would like to do is give you our mission statement.
I have it
You
right
have
here.
it there?
But do you want to read it, or do you know
I
it?
can. I think
Okay.
I can
So-
go through it. It's a
all right.
little more than 30-second elevator speech, but
All right, but
Yeah.
do me a favor. Say what it is. Do because what I want to do is I want to clip it and I
Okay.
want to post it.
All right, good.
So because are they both going to be on it? Okay, so that's the way it's going to look on the promo.
That's
So I just want you to know you're going to be
Yeah,
on
no,
the
that's
promo.
okay. That's
Okay.
good.
Great.
Okay.
Okay,
All
go
right,
for
so
it.
this is to announce and to introduce the Ms.Senior USA pageant. We will be in Las Vegas in May of 2017. We are a growing, building organization, and our mission statement is as follows. Our organization celebrates the accomplishments of women over 60. We are the women and daughters of the greatest generation. As senior women, we have nurtured our families, our careers, and our local communities while surviving personal tragedy, economic depressions, regional conflicts, and world wars. We have been present while the nations of the world went to the unthinkable brink of nuclear holocaust. We are savvy, goal-oriented, and aware. We represent these as in our everyday lives as people and humanitarians who always seek to improve the lives of others. As an organization, we seek to enable the women of every nation and culture to strive for equality, to achieve their personal best, to make real and meaningful changes, and to individually redefine what it means to be a senior woman and role model for the communities of women who will follow us.
Wow, makes me want to
Beautiful.
join. That's good.
Well,
No.
believe me, when you get to age 60,
Oh, we're going to be so.
we're going to be
doorstep.
pulling you in. You think I followed Terry George a long time?
We'll see when I get to be 60. My focus and my passion is my foundation.
I know,
That's,
but
and
This
every
will help.
That will help
Will,
it.
this
Yes.
will-
Okay. I
You have no choice
she'd
but
be
other
perfect.
than
Yeah.
say
ask
yes.
me in
X number of years.
I'm keeping track
I'm
of
going to
it.
be 54 this year. Ask me in 6
I'm
years.
keeping track
6
of it.
years.
Okay.
So I have 6 years to get my foundation going. Okay. I guess that's a sign. We'll be right back, and I'm going to sing out. See you in a little bit. Hi, welcome back to ReneMarie Stroke of Luck. We're on the dancing side now, the singing side. Testing. That's okay. All right. So we want to thank you so much for being a part of our show and for joining our family, CJ and Ginny, for coming back. And yes, and of course Judy. But so we're on a roll. We're on a roll. We're joining people. We're touching the universe. Tommy, why don't you come up by me? Come on. Okay. So, of course, we always roll out singing, but, we're just blessed. We're blessed. And it is November, and it's really a time for Thanksgiving, and we're so grateful for everybody in our lives, and even especially for Madhouse TV. I can't even be serious. Okay, Janine, go for it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. We're going to sing a little bit. And everybody will join me. Here we go. Well, I can just sit around making music all day long. As long as I'm making my music, I can't do nobody wrong. And someday I'll come up with a song that makes people want to stop the fussing and fighting just long enough to sing along. Let's go. I believe in music, and I believe in love. Let's go. Music is love and love is music, if you know what I mean. And people who believe in music are the happiest people I've ever seen. So clap your hands, stomp your feet, and shake your tambourine. Lift your voices to the sky. God loves it when you sing. Let's go. I believe in music, and I believe in love. I believe in music. Lord knows that I believe in love. One more verse, let's go. Music is a universal language, and love is the key to find brotherhood, peace, and understanding, and living in harmony. So take your brother by the hand and sing along with me. Find out what it really means to be young and rich and free. Let's go! I believe in music. Lord knows that I believe in love. We'll see everybody in 2 weeks. Have a wonderful day. Have a stroke of love in your life. God bless. Let's blow our kisses. I believe in love.